Hi everyone, welcome back. I've got a long overdue video for you today, and it's going to be my last video before my finale of this year's 2016 Use Up project pan, Use by 2017, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I'm sorry, sort of, you know, in some ways I do feel as though I don't need to justify it, but I am sorry a little bit that I've not had a video up in a while. I'm not being very well, and if I don't see myself in this video, it's just because I really wanted to film this today, and that's why I have, because I only do on my channel what I want to do, and I wanted to film this, but I'm not very well, so and I've not been well for a while, and my main symptom today is I've got a really bad headache, and there's no point waiting for it to go away because it's not going to. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on and do this video and do my best with it and enjoy it, and I hope you all enjoy it with me. And you'll notice as well that my hair is not rose gold. I said in my last video that I was going for rose gold hair, but actually the bleach bath was mixed with Olaplex and left on for 55 minutes, and my hair just would not lift. So she did everything she could, and she took it as far as she could, and obviously we'd agreed in advance we weren't going to damage my hair, and so she did as much as she could, and I love what she's done, because then it went like a funny colour, as red often does when you try and get it out, and so she put ash brown in it to tone the hair, and the cut she did was just beautiful. It's literally, I've gone with a middle parting instead for a bit of a change, and I'm going back in January to see if I can get closer to the rose gold colour. But just to give you a little picture of what I'm sort of aiming for, this is the sort of colour that the hair I'm going for eventually, but at the moment, you know, it's a process, as red often is, to get out. So yeah, enough of the hair and life update. Let's get straight into what I've used up and what I'm yet to use up for this year's project pan. So I think I'll start with the nail polish situation. I've got through 2 polishes since the last update. The idea of how to use this polish literally came to me whilst I was filming the video. I'd said in the video that I'd admitted sort of defeat with it, I suppose, because I thought I'm going to use a colour up like this time of year, but then I realised I could put this as like a pumpkin Halloween sort of look, so I alternated this with black on every other finger and really enjoyed the effect. So for October, I did get some really good use out of that. I think it was October, Halloween, oh yeah, 31st of October, so Halloween sort of period. So that's completely finished up. When I got to the last usage and I poured it out onto a piece of paper, which is a trick I heard of on Lorraine's channel, I was just so satisfied with that. So yeah, that one's finished, and it does feel like an achievement, because it had a little brother or sister, which was the utility grey version, which was in the project early in the year and has ended up in the finished thrown away pile because I just couldn't get on with the formula. But this formula was a little bit better than that. I'm still not happy with the formula, and I still wouldn't buy any more Gosh polishes, but it was better than utility grey anyway. The other polish I finished off with is the one I've got on my fingers today, and it was also the one on my fingers last update. So this one, I've absolutely loved it. So that's all gone now as well. Put it on a piece of paper. There's you know, there's quite a lot on the brush there, but there's not enough to even paint one finger because it's empty. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this polish. I had a look on the Boots website, and this brand 17, there was sort of literally about 2 or 3 or hardly any shades left, so I'm not sure if they're discontinuing making polishes for that line. I'm not sure. This was in the colour Spiced Plum. I remember buying these one autumn, and I think I did an autumn nail polish haul. I got quite a few autumnal colours, and I've really enjoyed all of them, so I'm really happy with those purchases, and I'm really glad that got loved and finished up. So there's 3 polishes that I've yet to finish up in the project. I've worn this a couple of times since the last update, but this is more of a summer colour for me, and it's again by 17, but the packaging is the older style, so this is actually older than the Spiced Plum, so this is really old. I've got absolutely no idea where I am with it. I've seen other people's project pans where they mark on the nail polish. I don't know how they do that. Like, I've been holding up to the light and trying to mark it, and I don't think that's working out, because when I tried that with this one, it looked like I had like loads left, and then when I went to use it there was only one application left. So I don't know how people are doing that. So I would do that for you if I knew how. So if anyone's got any tips on how I can do that, let me know in the comments. But I just feel that whenever I've tried to do it, it's no way by any means a realistic view of how much is actually in the polish bottle. So yeah, I don't know. I think if I shake it, there's probably, if I had to guess, maybe 3 full sets of application in that one. So I am going to try and get it finished up by the end of the year, but we are going into the festive season now, and I really want to start enjoying, you know, reds and festive colours. And so, you know, I'm not going to do myself out of that experience. I'll be honest, I mean, I am taking the project seriously, but there's only so far I'll push it, you know. This has got loads in. I mean, this is almost completely full, I guess. I have used it a few times, and I've also used it on my daughter as well because she likes this colour. And yeah, I don't know, it's not really my thing, this colour. When I look at it in the viewfinder, it looks really nice. It looks like a nice colour, but on, I don't know, I just don't really enjoy it. So I'll see what I can do. This one, Perfect Coral, it's not really something I would wear again this time of year, but when I look at how much is in this, because this has actually settled enough for me to see, I can tell I am there. So I guess it just depends on the formula and the packaging whether you can see that. This is where I am on there. So that's definitely enough to get between 2 and 4 applications out of. So I am going to make this one a priority over the 3, because I really feel like I can get this one actually finished up. But I'll probably just put it on my toenails rather than, you know, and my fingernails this time of year. So moving on to eyeshadow, I want to show you this palette, which is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Professional Eyeshadow Flawless Palette. So the 4 shades I was working on are here, and I'll link that. I've got them mentioned in the description bar. But this one that I finished up was called Almost There. So I'll just show you the 4 shades closer up. So as you can see, if you've looked at my last update, I've expanded this pan, trying to not blind you with the mirror. I've expanded this pan massively. This shadow is completely used up, that's an empty pan. This one's been expanded massively, and this one's been expanded a bit as well. I feel confident that I can get these finished up by the end of the year. I definitely would be able to do that if it was exclusively those, but the thing that makes me think, oh, won't I finish them up, is just because I have got other eyeshadows in the project. So this is my Clinique, was a quad, now a duo, and these are the 2 shades here, Blue Lagoon. Let's do that every time. Blue Lagoon and Bewitched. Now, Blue Lagoon admittedly has had hardly any love. I'm surprised by that. That is the one I thought I would get the most use out of. But I suppose I really, in my head, thought winter would start earlier than it actually does, because it's been more autumn still up to now. So I do think I will get some use out of this in December because of, you know, icy blues in winter. So again, I feel confident with that one. And with this one, I've really used this probably the most out of all the shadows, and it's hard to tell because I've not hit pan, but I'll just show you I've got quite a lot of dip there, and I'm wondering here, now I see the light shining on it, whether that is very close to panage. But that, I really love that as a really simple everyday smoky eye. I just put on my Maybelline colour tattoo that's in my project, I'll show you that next, and then I literally just put that Bewitched colour all over my eyelid, up into the crease, and then I blend it out with this shade here. I did blend it out with this shade, but I'm just going with this one really lightly, mixed in with a bit of the lighter shade to lighten it up, to blend that out up to the brow bone. So the other eyeshadow, I'll just show you the other one next before we move on to the colour tattoo, is the, where does it go? I just had it. Yeah, the All About Nude 17, a lot of 17 products, isn't there, in this project? I didn't realise that. 17 palette. Now this is really jacked up, do excuse me, you know, when you're seeing the products in this sort of a video. They're at the end of their lifespan, so understandably they're a bit sad. So this packaging is completely broken. Originally this was a quad with a lip and cheek product. I did almost completely finish those up, but they did get too unusable because there's no way to protect them from the shadow, and there's a lot of fallout with these shadows. So these are the two shades. My favourite way to use them, honestly, it might sound really unimaginative and boring, is to literally mix them together. I've tried different ways of using them, like one on the lid, one in the crease, halo, blah blah blah. And I say blah blah blah, it's probably the only ones I can actually think of off the top of my head. I don't really do lots of technical stuff with makeup, but I like to use them. I've got them on today. I literally mix them together and just put them all over the eye and under the eye. Sometimes I like to put the brown over and then the pink, you know, in the middle. But yeah, I don't find that the pink makes me look tired or anything like that. I don't know why. I feel like I can just get away with wearing pink eyeshadows in general, although I know that's quite difficult for some people. So you won't have noticed a lot more pan showing on these, because honestly, although I have it on today, I've only worn them maybe twice since the last update. So even I'm confident with all these shades I can get use out of them, but I'm just worried with the amount I've got left and the fact I've only got 3 to 4 weeks left of the project. And you know, that does worry me, but I'm going to make a concerted effort and I'm still feeling optimistic about it. So next I'll show you the Maybelline Colour Tattoo, and this is in Creamy Beige. Now you probably wouldn't be able to see the progress since the last update, but there is a lot. I've used this a lot. It's because, like I say, I haven't dug down in the middle to try and make that panage bigger. I've sort of scooped it around the sides in aim to actually finish it, rather than aim to just show some sort of progress, potentially artificially. So yeah, I'm really happy with this product. I did say last time I wouldn't repurchase, and I still stand by that, because I just feel to wear as like a nude, I suppose, is top to me. I mean, for me, this shade is more of a base for a dark smoky eye because I'm so fair. So yeah, I feel as well it's a leather effect, so I expected it to be matte, and I'll swatch it for you now to show you what I mean. It is like a matte base, and I don't know if I've just had some stuff fall in it. No, it's a matte base, but it has like a glitter in it, or a shimmer. It has some, it's not completely matte. Just gone to check that in a different light just to see if I can really get a good view of it, and I'm 100% convinced that that has shimmer in it, and it's sort of like it is like a beige shimmer, so the shimmer's a very similar colour to the product, so that is lovely. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I thought, you know, what I wanted from it is to be a matte base, you know, like a darker version of Painterly Paint Bar, like a beige version, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I do really enjoy it, and I will use it up, but I wouldn't repurchase it, because if I wanted a shimmer colour tattoo, I'd use something like the On and On Bronze, which I really love. That's, you know, I know it's everybody's, but I must admit that is my favourite Maybelline colour tattoo. Next I'm just going to show you the highlighter. I haven't used this a huge amount since the last update, just because as my bronzer, or instead of bronzer, I've been using my Makeup Revolution contour palette. I've just been obsessed with it, and that has a highlighter in it, so when I'm getting ready it's just so much quicker for me to put the contour powder on and then highlight with that one, which is a much nicer shade than this anyway, so I haven't really used it up much. I think I'd be ridiculous to feel as though that could by any stretch of the imagination be finished up in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So sorry if this disappoints anyone, but I am genuinely on this occasion going to admit defeat. So I probably won't make any effort to actually finish that up, any more of it up over the next 3 to 4 weeks, because of the fact that it's just not going to happen, is it? On the other hand, this e.l.f. blush in Candid Coral is going to get finished up. I'm going to finish you up. So as you can see, there's a lot more pan showing. I haven't repressed it yet. I did consider that last time, but I haven't repressed it yet. And I'm not sure if I will need to, because I don't feel like it's damaging my brush or anything to get in the corners. So yeah, I'm doing well with that one and confident that that's going to get finished up. I am going to just mention the MAC concealer next. It's an NW15, which is perfect shade for me this time of year. It's spot on. You're not going to be able to probably see how much progress. I've made such a lot of progress in this. Similarly to the colour tattoo, I've gone round it and I haven't sort of made an effort to do some sort of use up theatre in the middle. But this has been great as an eye base. I did say that I was unable to use this around my eyes, and I felt it was the SPF in it that was irritating my eyes, and I really wanted to use it as an under eye concealer and an eyeshadow base, which I have been used it for today and have been using a lot for that. And the reason why I think that I've been unable to use this is because it wasn't agreeing with my eye cream. I used to use the L'Oreal Revitalift eye cream. I say used to, I haven't stopped using it because I don't like it anymore. I just drifted away from it and found that when I was using this without that, it was fine. So the L'Oreal Revitalift eye doesn't irritate my eye on its own, and this clearly doesn't irritate my eye on its own, but when mixed together they just react with each other. And it's the same thing with these shadows. I said in my last update that I was worried I wouldn't be able to use them because my eyes were being irritated, but I just feel like things have been reacting with L'Oreal Revitalift. So although I really love that eye cream, I just don't think I'm going to be able to use it moving forwards. But the great news is I am going to be able to finish this concealer now because of that, and I can actually use it around my eyes, which I'm really pleased about because I'm a massive advocate and fan of SPF, as I'm sure a lot of people are now. And so in which case, you know, it is great that I can find an SPF I can use around my eyes, even if it is a low one. So this Gosh concealer, this Gosh blush, cream blush, is sort of dying a death. So the packaging's sort of broken and the colour is really off around here. The colour's actually changing. So I think this is definitely one. It's really yucky. It's supposed to be used up in 12 months and it's much older than that. I definitely feel like I'm not going to throw it away. I am going to get as much use out of it as I can. But the problem I've got with this blush is that it really doesn't go with these eyeshadows, as you can see. So I can't use it on days I'm using that, so I wasn't able to use it today. It works as a lovely base for the Candid Coral because that's more shimmer than it is colour. But I just feel like once the end of the year's out, whatever's left in this is definitely going to be thrown. I haven't committed on this particular project to throw away what isn't used. I did that last time and I found that quite stressful. But this one I've already decided that I will actually throw it away of whatever's left at the end of the year. This Sleek Eyebrow Kit in Light is what I've got on today, and it's going really well. As you can see, the gel is almost completely used up. I've got the tiniest bit around here. The powder probably doesn't show as much progress because I don't use it as often, and I just don't tend to dig in, like I say, around the pan. But I don't think I'm going to get the shadow finished up by the end of the year, but I'll definitely get the cream, gel, wax, whatever, finished up by the end of the year. Another product that I am going to mix feet on is this medium shade powder in collection Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Powder. I did get through the light version in this project and I really like this powder, but it does oxidise a bit on me, I think. Not hugely, maybe the shade itself obviously just isn't right, so it's not necessarily really bad for oxidising, it just, the shade doesn't suit me, but it does oxidise a bit, I feel. So if it was light one I'd have no problem with it, but yeah, it's just not going to work. I did say in my last update the only way that I would genuinely use that realistically is if I had put a false tan on. I've had a couple of opportunities to wear false tan and I just haven't taken them, so obviously I just can't see it happening. If I do put false tan on I will use it, but I can't see that being used up. These two lip glosses I've massively enjoyed, continue to enjoy them, haven't got them on today. And again, I don't know how other Project Panners managed to show you how much of these is left. This goes around with me, so I can't even stand it up and wait for it to settle because it goes wherever I go. There's hardly any left. I do struggle to get product out of this now. Its brother or sister is in my desk at work. That's the one with the doe foot. I feel confident that both of these are going to be finished up by the end of the project. This other lip product is in the project, which is the No. 7 BB Beauty Balm, which I have on today. I still feel as though it's not the most flattering in regards to what it does for your teeth colour, and it doesn't necessarily go with my eye look today, but I've just chucked it on, and I don't hate it as much at the moment. I'm being vigilant with putting on, I was just checking it in the mirror, I'm being vigilant with putting on my lip balm at the moment, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, it looks fine when your lips are in good condition. The second your lips aren't in, it has slight amount of dryness or whatever, it looks awful, and it's very difficult to work with. You can't just put it on from the tube like that, like a lip balm. You have to really even it out with your finger, and with the colour you'd expect just to slap it on without a mirror, and you can't do that either. You need to get up with a mirror and check it because it is a bit of an annoying beast. But I'm not going to give up on it because of the fact I'm going to continue to try and be vigilant with my lip balm and then wear it when I can. So it's in Blink Pink, so that one is going to have an effort made on it. This MAC Utility Grey eye pencil I have on today, I think this is the first and only time I've used it since the last update. I did mark it on a card for you as promised, but I've only sharpened it a little bit once, so it's not worth showing you the difference because there won't be any. So yeah, I don't think that's going to get finished up by the end of the year, but I'm going to continue to use it. It doesn't go into my waterline as much as I would like, so it doesn't inspire me to buy any more MAC PowerPoint eye pencils, but yes, I'm going to crack on with trying to get that finished. I think that's everything. I'm looking at my little box now and that's everything. So in summary then, the products that I'm expecting to not finish are the highlighter and the face powder, so I'm not expecting them to be finished, and this blue nail polish. Realistically, that's not going to happen. Everything else I'm going to really go for it, which is saying something because I've got over 20 products. If you count each eyeshadow pan individually, I've got over 20 products still to finish in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, I was having a look at my numbers. I have finished up far more products than I gave up on and threw away, and I've certainly learnt a lot over this project in regards to my project for next year, to make sure I've tried and tested something before putting in the product, to make sure that it's something that I'm generally going to be able to use, rather than this being a half project pan, half sort of declutter situation. I don't want that to happen next year, so I'm going to make more of an effort to make sure the products going in the pan, the project pan, are, you know, usable by me. But you know, these things happen. I'll do my best, and watch this space for the finale and also the introduction for my 2017 project. Thanks for your patience with waiting for a video. I know that they've been few and far between at the moment, but I do have genuinely good reason, and I don't want to go into too much detail about it because it's such personal information, and also I don't really, if I'm honest, feel the need to justify myself or make excuses for myself. So take care guys, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you're not already, and thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.